Hello, good evening. It's 4th of July, Sunday, and I survived working today. Yay! So I want to talk about being a functional potter and the issue of function. So my example piece, this is a mug I made for my wife. It has the handy drunk-proof handle that we've talked about, but it's also got a big enough handle that you can use it for coffee. It's 24 ounces. In this case, though, I borrowed it to make a gin and tonic. And I'll give you the recipe in a bit, but the reason I'm bringing this up is there was a point in grad school when we had some sort of local art fair, and one of the other students had some of his work on display, and I think I was selling there too, but somehow I was free to mind his shop while he went to the bathroom. And while I was gone, this woman came up and was interested in something, and she got out this picked up a particular thing, and she asked, "What is that for?" And it was sort of a trough-like thing, and I had to make up something. I had no idea. It's like, well, you could use it to just put out condiments, or to put a crackers or a loaf of small baguette or something like that. Anyway, I failed to be persuasive, and she left. And then my friend came back from his bathroom break, and I asked him, "What are these things for?" And he said, "I have no idea. I just make them." I don't think he was even a kitchen person. He was making sculptures that might have utility, but he hadn't actually gone through to actually figure out what the utility was, or might be. So he couldn't even make suggestions, and naturally, he had a hard time selling, because even if his shapes were intriguing, he wasn't attempting to sell them as just pure sculpture, but he wasn't helping his buyers make the connection. And if you're making functional objects, particularly kitchen objects, it helps if you understand the function and you understand how you've used it, how yours is better than somebody else's, or what particular features you might have. So the 24-ounce gin and tonic, since this is a holiday, my recipe is not like the recipe you'll find in a bar or a high-priced hotel or something like that. So you take the juice of half a lime, and you can get a citrus reamer, and then you've got all this pulp on the citrus reamer. So you put the citrus reamer over the mug, and you pour gin over it until your reamer is clean. And that usually ends up being about twice as much gin as you had of lime juice. Okay, so that's really not that much. And then you fill the rest with refrigerated tonic water. It doesn't have to be fancy tonic water. It doesn't have to be fancy gin. No ice. The ice is just going to melt and get the whole thing watery. So 24 ounces of mostly tonic water with a good helping of lime, including pulp floating around, and what's probably a shot, no more than 2 shots of gin, so that the gin is sort of after flavor. So you'll take it, and it's the fizz and the lime, and is there booze in this? Anyway, I recommend it highly. So the 24-ounce gin and tonic. Happy holidays.